Okay, round two. I started talking about my last video about being a parent of a disabled child with disability. I also haven't talked about the difficulties of having a child with autism. When she was younger, I used to get a lot of looks and stares, and I already had issues with my self-image and me, and it didn't really help none. I had to get over me real quick, and I had to get over whatever things that I needed to get over. Not only that, I had to give up a lot of things. During the time when I had my daughter, I was a hairdresser. I couldn't keep up the hours because Dad wasn't around, and well, Dad's still not around, and I'm not mad about him not being there. He probably would have gotten away because he really didn't want to participate in our life. Whether it be because she was disabled or not, that's between him and God. I'm not mad about it. I didn't play baby mama drama. After a while, I even canceled child support because I can't make him be a man, nor am I going to chase him to do such. And we've been taken care of pretty good. Not great, not fabulous, but better than most. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm proud of my daughter because she's come over so many milestones. And we have come over so many milestones together, and she has matured me in ways that I never thought that, and she's also increased my patience because I didn't have none until I became a mom. Whew, let's see. What have I'm not, first of all, I wanted to explain myself. I'm not dumping on here trying to whine and complain about what I don't have, how life is, but I am more say trying to bring what I've gone through to light in order to help others who might be out here, who may be either disabled themselves, I'm not disabled myself, or either has someone in their life that's a disability, like a loved one or a significant other, or a child, and they're the family, and the support level, may not be there because I have a large family, but nobody helps me. And they say they'll be there for me, but it's like tooth and nails. But if they ask me for anything, I would jump through hoops and have jumped through hoops to help my family because I love them a lot. And I mean, I've had my daughter's grandfather, my father, literally said he don't know what to do with her when she was little, so I stopped her from going over. My stepmom, her step grandmom was cold enough to actually say, well, you need to stop asking your father when for permission for your daughter to come over because he doesn't do nothing with her. I'm the one that takes care of her, and she did it out of spite because her older children were starting to have children. You know, God doesn't like ugly. I'm not gonna go any further with that, but I've had to deal with relatives turn their back, and like now my daughter is to a level, to a place she's not 100% independent, but she's more than half. I still have to bathe her and dress her, and sometimes, even at the age of 13, we still put our shoes on the wrong feet. But we can work every angle of a computer. Excuse me. Laptop. We can read. We can write. We can do math. I want her to do algebra, but pre-algebra, but she's has the principles, but she hasn't gotten really up to that level yet where she's able to do the pre-algebra, but she's close. And um, let's see what has suffered. My career, really only have one. I wanted to be a writer, and I'm working on my first book now, and I'm coming to a close to my first book. Um, my social life, don't really have. Hard to get babysitters. And people, if you just wanted to go to a movie by yourself, you have to go through 150,000 questions on why. Like, I don't deserve a break. It's like people like me who have the responsibility and don't deserve a break. I didn't go out here and have a bunch of children. I just have one, and she's my little angel with a broken wing. But yet, I still get judged for having her. I still have relatives that are mad at me because, they saw all my potential in me and what I could have had, and they they said, well, if you hadn't had her, you would have had this. But at that, it's like, I go through things with family that you shouldn't do, but God takes care of me, so I prevail regardless because He sees so. Let's see. I had to drop out of college the first time, and I was in the top 5% in the country. I was on a dean's list, and that hurt because I had too much on my plate, and I was overwhelmed, and I was brokenhearted, and I felt very alone and scared about my daughter's diagnosis. She didn't get diagnosed until she was about 3. I didn't know what to do because the doctors really didn't know what to do, and I went to a developmental pediatrician. I got a lot more people beating me up because I didn't know what autism was than helping me to understand it, and it made me feel worse. And unfortunately, when you're black, you get different treatments by doctors and by the healthcare system. I didn't have a lot of help making choices over her. I was really left to fend for myself and learn basically on my own. And then when you have people like myself who go to church, it didn't help me that the church people would look and stare and say that, well, you just get control of your daughter. She don't have no discipline. All I gotta do is beat her. Beat her? You can't beat a disability out of a kid. But because of the ignorance that a lot of people hold, they think a whooping is going to handle everything. Now, mind you, that I do believe spare the rod, spoil the child. See, sometimes you have to tear into that and give them what they need and give them restrictions and give them the ability to make choices in their own lives on the level that they have, like, what kind of shoes you want to wear, what's your favorite color, and what do you need to complete your homework and things of that nature. But the choices that our kids have nowadays, they almost have the same amount of freedoms as adults, which is why a lot of things are going haywire. But back to my original saying, when I was talking about my daughter. I've had people ask me, is autism contagious? Then ask me, well, will all your children be that way? And guys that I'm dating, when I do date, they get scared that if they get hooked up with me and we have kids, that all my children will be born that way. Oh God. It's not contagious. It's not like a virus, but people don't know no better. It's not a gene that I own or anything like that. It's hard to explain, but it's too much to try to break down the whole spectrum of autism when you're on the second date. So, stuff I personally avoid. Let's see. I'm trying to get my daughter to accept herself and to love herself. And I tell her that she's beautiful, and I tell her that she's special. And I tell her that she can do all things with Christ in her because nobody else is going to tell her that. I've had to separate from family members, that includes her father's family, because they're negative. When my daughter was younger, her grandmother said, well, she's not going to go to college. And in the time that she was a baby until now, they have college programs geared toward autistic children and autistic adults to help them obtain a degree, some sense of life, and sense of normalcy. So with my daughter starting high school in September, I will be looking for my child to go to college at the end of 4 years. At the end of 4 years, she will go to college. End of discussion. I'm going to press her, and I'm going to help her. That's my temple granny. And she showed me so much about life. And being a parent sometimes is really hard. In my life, I've lost a lot of friends because the lack of understanding about my situation. So it's been also a lonely road sometimes with me, God, and my little princess, but that's okay too. I have learned to just cope by going towards my spirituality, my hobbies, the fact that I'm back in college again. I got my associate's degree in 2010 in business with a concentration in management. I'm back for my bachelor's. I'll be done in 12. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I feel like it's almost over with now. I'll be back for my bachelor's in 12. And that'll be business again. The emphasis will be human resource management, and my thinking is that no matter what field of work or industry there's always a need for HR. So hopefully when I'm done and I do my internship, I'll be able to get a job at HR anywhere, hospital, school, wherever. And being that my daughter be in high school, be a little bit more independent, a little more flexibility. I'll be able to get some things for her, so she'll be able to have another after-school program. You can see another thing is this, is the fact that they said there are programs and things out here, but they're very limited, or the geographically is so out of the way. Like, I live on the southwest side of town, and like, she goes to school there, so she would get aftercare all the way on the north side of town, which is like 2 hours or more by bus. And with the economy and everything, don't have that money to be getting on the bus, because here the bus fare has now jumped up again, where you're paying $2 for base fare. To transfer is another extra dollar. A 5-pack of tokens is basically $8. 10 tokens are $13, and what we call a trans pass, or the bus pass, like the weekly pass, is like $22.50, and to buy a monthly is almost $100. So anyway you see it, it's like it's always tight, and you're basically working just to pay the babysitter, because she does need help. I can't leave her by herself. Like some parents would just let their kids come home and be latchkey. I can't do that with her. The one thing that my daughter has that most children haven't had is that I've been a mother that's been there from the first day she tried to go to school, when she was going to early intervention classes, until now that she's 13. She's always come home to mom, and I think that has made her feel loved and secure. That's a blessing, but also too, mom would like to give me a bunch of money, to give her even more than what she deserves, because she's a wonderful little girl. I wish I could give her the social interaction that she craves and the friends that she likes, but sometimes, kids are cool. She wants a girlfriend, the kids are cool, and I try to take her to church and be around those kids, but they just ignore her. This is the first installment of being a single mom with a disabled child, and there will be many more, because there's more things that has to be discussed, and I wanted to let a bunch of women and men know that y'all not by yourselves, and hopefully I'll be able to outreach and help a bunch of people out, so that they'll have the support that they need.